Hello everyone and welcome back. We've got some great beauty buys, skincare, makeup at affordable prices because it's so important for me to kind of do some detective work and always be on the lookout for great affordable beauty because let's face it, we all need to save a few pennies. So this is what this film's about, and I'm going to create just kind of a very kind of classic, elegant makeup. Not a look, just something that is maybe just a little bit more than your everyday. And I'm going to show you some really beautiful new products from Revolution. We've got some great new lipsticks. I won't tell you everything in the first few seconds. So let's start with skincare. Now I've just washed my face. I haven't got anything on it because I want to talk to you about serums. And I talk a lot about hydration on my channel because I have dry skin. Hopefully for people with combination skin and oily skin, I do talk to you about that as well. I'm sure, hopefully, maybe I need to do more of that. Do let me know in the comments. But I'm all about hydration, and that is one thing. But the next thing that is really important, or sort of almost, well, they're both important, is the serum that you're using. And I've got to go back to Dermatica because it's what I go back to. Dermatica, I have worked with for a number of years now because it's absolutely brilliant because it is so personalised. And I had a new consultation the other day. I got my new formula made up for me and it came through in the post like this. Because I work with Dermatica and they're so amazing, they say, Caroline, your followers can have 50% off. 50% off the first 3 months. So if you want to spend, I think it's £24.99, normally 12 quid a month on some really great active skincare that will address your skin issues, then look no further. The links are all in the description box. But it's so easy to use, it's so lightweight, it's so compact, and it's made for you. Now, I'm obviously constantly trying to battle my pigmentation. I've come to realise that I will just probably be able to lessen it and brighten it and thin it out. But I know that doing this now and having really good skincare now is going to help my skin later on. So, you know, I'm never going to have the skin that my beautiful son has at 12 years old. Obviously that's unrealistic, but I definitely have much more of a clarity and a softness and a brightness to my skin using brilliant active ingredients. So thank you, Dermatica. I will go straight in with a favourite SPF. I love this. Why do I love it? Because it's so thin and tiny and just goes in my makeup bag. This is La Roche-Posay and Thelios SPF 50 Longwear. Again, very, very thin. As you can see it just running off my hand. And I sort of, because it's thin, I sort of do like one application on one side and then go in again on the other side. Isn't it fantastic though that you can get these skin, because I never had this option when I was younger and I had really, really bad skin. I mean, Dermatica is not just for, you know, aging skin or skin like mine that's got pigmentation. It's amazing for rosacea. It's amazing for sensitive skin. It's been amazing for my sons and their skin conditions in terms of acne and pimples, etc. It's for all different types, and sometimes it's just really hard and too much time is wasted trying to find something that works. So go and speak to an expert. Let an expert look at your skin and analyse it for you so you don't waste money and time when you get better skin. I mean, it's just such a brilliant thing. The internet is so good for things like that, for many things. Okay, skin protected and feeling soft. Okay, so Revolution has brought out this new luminous serum foundation. What a surprise, we've got more skincare. Kind of a snazzy bottle, don't you think? I kind of love this metallic finish. It feels really, really expensive. This is F6, the shade. I have not used it. I'm trying it with you guys. So let's have a look at F6. That could work. Let's have a look at F8. Might be a little bit more yellow. Super luminous. And that's a bit too pinky for me. So I'm going to go in with this shade and we'll lighten it up just slightly. So that's the F6. Super luminous, so I'm expecting a little bit of coverage. Again, I'm going to show you the actual reality of the product as I put it on my skin. Now, it's lightweight, buildable coverage. Okay, so it's a very fine application. It's not heavy. So I was thinking because it has the word sort of luminous foundation, it might be a little bit Giorgio Armani, but it's thinner than that. It feels really soft and it's easy to blend. So if you do have dry skin, it's not going to drag on the skin. I have to say it feels really, it feels a good colour on me actually. It feels very premium. I really do advocate putting your foundation on, even if you get a tester with your finger, because you can always go in and, you know, buff and mix that, soften that foundation into your skin so your complexion connects well with the foundation so it becomes one, not one on top. But I just think you lose so much initially. Like when I apply foundation on a client, I use a very kind of like flat brush like this. So it's sort of almost, you know, a bit like a little bit of DIY. So I don't want to lose that product. I want that product to work for me. Very, very nice. So lightweight. Let's see if it builds up. Feels very soft, and that's to do with the skincare. Putting just a little bit more application on there, and it feels really nice. This is a very pleasant foundation to apply. I mean, it is insane, isn't it, how these companies now are turning around such beautiful products with the experience that you would normally have had to pay sort of 30 quid for, that you're now getting at such a great price. So I'm letting that settle in my skin. And I'll put it just around my eyes, but I'll probably just go in a little bit lighter. And then see that I just need to blend that texture in and around and down. Nice. Yep, that's definitely probably a little bit pale for me, just for the sake of making myself look a bit better. No, I'm going to wait, actually. I'm going to wait. I'll warm that up. I'll warm that up. But I would go a little bit warm. It's probably this lighter base too. Yes, really, really lovely new foundation, Skin Silk from Revolution. So that's the top tip. Let's go in with a little bit more coverage, and I'll use the Buttermilky 200 from Beauty Pie. Because this is quite sheer, which I like, and obviously if I was just popping out to the shops or whatever, I wouldn't really care what my skin being totally polished. But if I'm going to work or something, I don't really wear too much coloured makeup to work, but I do like to kind of just even out my skin because I'm obsessed with skin. I've actually been researching a new laser tool. Actually, I don't think it's new. At least I've seen it in America. I've had my eyes on it for a while, and I do love laser, but it's very expensive. So I'm wondering, I'm researching as to whether a home tool will be good, but we'll see. I'll let you know. Look, that just takes away anything that I want to get rid of, which is around my nose, chin, and that kind of pigmentation area. So again, sort of patting it in, so it's sitting in the pores. The warmth of your fingers are just wonderful tools. And then do nice circular light, super, super light, not scrubby. So if you want, I can just grab a few mates in. We seem to like the Fiona chat, which was really, really nice. And I think that's a good way of teaching people, right? How to put makeup on. It's just kind of fun, that kind of girly moment that as we get older, we don't really have, do we? Don't really get ready with your girlfriends anymore, because you get ready and then you meet them out or they come round. So yes, it was really lovely. So thank you for all your lovely comments. Right, next powder I can highly, highly recommend is one by Rimmel, and it's called Stay Matte. This is the shade 002, and I'm going to apply it because it's quite fine. It's not like really dense like the MAC Studio Fix that I would use. I need to compact it. So if I only wanted a very, very light, delicate application, so everyone wants to use it on my forehead, I mean, why would I? But if I wanted to, I'd use a brush. But I want to use my lovely sponge, my Beauty Pie sponge, and work it into that corner, you see, of my nose. And that just softens again the redness, just very slightly. Just sort of, oh, it's always those layers. Sometimes when I'm doing someone's makeup, I'm like, and they don't have a mirror, or I've got a small mirror, or they can't see their reflection. and I'm making them up for the first time, I'm saying, you know, don't worry. It's not a lot of makeup I'm putting on you. I just tend to do lots and lots of fine layers. So this is such a nice powder for that. And I've just realised that I haven't done any concealer around my eyes, which is really annoying. Let me just use that here and here, just because that was looking like a little bluey grey area. And again, I'll just go in with my little ring fingers. I've been really loving my nails, although I'm now finding that I'm really missing my colour. So I might just go for no kind of extensions, but just the gel nails, maybe in a neutral, and then put my colour on. But I think it's me. One of my friends said to me, oh, you know, I know your nails look nice and it's probably much easier for you when you're working and, you know, on camera and stuff, but I don't know, somehow it's just not you. And I know what she means, it isn't me. I sort of want it to be me. Like I said, I want grown-up nails. I want to just look a little bit more polished, but somehow it sort of does look like a bit like sort of stuck on Barbie nails. But that's the colour, I think. Soon it'll be spring, or it is nearly spring, and the snowdrops and daffodils and the green nails will be back. Okay, fine. So I've got a little bit of brow on, but I wanted to show you the brow glue from NYX. This is really lovely. Now this is the shade Taupe. Comes in a little spoolie brush, but even though it's super tiny, I would just transfer a little bit off. Gives a really nice, it's lift and hold. It's slightly thinner than the Benefit brow. What's it called? Gimme Brow, is it? God, I used to use that product #2 all the time. This is slightly more refined. Sometimes the Gimme Brow would end up getting a little bit thick, which is great if you've got thinner brows and you really want to add more volume. But this is just lovely to kind of add a little bit of lift with a little bit of shape. I probably need to add a little bit of, I was going to show you my NYX ink brow pen, but it's in my Pro kit. And that is in another room, and it's too much faff. Let me just go to my trusty Nabla. But the NYX one is brilliant, and I use that in my kit because I tend to, like on myself, I just sort of whack on just a little bit of structure and fullness and thickness, but I thought I'd done them. You know why they've come off? It's because I put my Dermatica on and my SPF. That's why, that's the thing. What was I saying? Yeah, so when I'm doing my brows professionally, or someone's brows professionally, I tend to use sometimes up to 3 shades, even if it's very dark, because it adds a little bit of dimension and it doesn't look flat. You know, adding more colour to your makeup, whether it's blush, highlighter, concealer, whatever, that always adds a little bit of reality to your makeup, you know, making it more, because if you look at our faces without makeup in our best possible light, we have kind of like bluey grey areas, red areas, yellow, dark, whatever your skin tone is. It's an amalgamation of lots of different layers, unless you're very, very genetically blessed and you're flawless, which a very small percentage of us are. I've met many who are in my industry. Right, again, Rimmel has come out with the Multi-Tasker Better Than filters. So this is very similar to the Charlotte Tilbury and Halo Glow by e.l.f. But still a really, really nice product. You can use it alone and just to give yourself a glow if you've never used either of those products. The Hollywood Flawless filter. I really love this shade. Now, I don't know whether this is this is 004 light medium. This is really, can you see it? It's really nice and caramelly. And I thought, oh, this is nice. It feels very expensive. And I just wore it the other day, just on my cheeks, almost like a winter bronzer, you know? Just, see, just adds that, I haven't even blended it, just that little bit of kind of like, je ne sais quoi, kind of luxury feel to my skin. Let me see if I can blend it. So I wouldn't use, I think I've talked endlessly about Halo Glow and probably a few years ago, Hollywood Filter. They're such great products. I'm just going to put this on my hand. It's really cooling on application, pleasure to use. I'm gonna do it there, is that I never use these products all over. You can, like I said, put it on if your skin is dry, and yes, but but if you're trying to create something that's sort of perfected and you want to use the light of the product to add structure to your face and, you know, enhance your beauty, then this is the one. Really, really nice. And if you've got super dry skin, maybe you're feeling a bit poorly, run down, and your skin is just like, bleh, just using this by itself on a moisturised base will just kind of give you that lift that you need with like a nice hot pink blush or something. Okay, so that is skin nicely done. And I think that's really lovely with this kind of bright cream. Do you like bright cream at the moment? It's quite uplifting. Need to get Anna to tell me what clothes to buy for the spring, yeah? So I'm going back to a favourite of mine by Max Factor. This is Hazy Sands. If you like finger painting like I do, as in face painting, makeup, this shade and a little bit of black and a little bit of the gold, all of them work really well. It's just dead easy, right? Literally. They're so creamy and buttery that they just go on really translucently. So they're sort of thinner than a cream eyeshadow. But they just blend so well. And for me, just kind of creating a soft, you know, step out the door makeup, boom, she's ready. Ba, ba, ba. That's what I need. Obviously, we can do more shaping and blah, blah, blah. But as you can tell in the morning, I'm like, right, where are my eyes? Push them back, lift and open, and just taking that space away from the rest of my complexion, changing that tone, but still having the structure of the mascara, right? It's just enough. It's just such a fave of mine. I thought, come on, let's just, they do all sorts of colours. There's a purpley one, a grey one. This is my particular favourite I've gone back to, because I like those kind of sort of neutrally tones, but it's one of those things that you sort of put on and you'd be like, okay, well, yeah, I like it, but I just don't like the fact that it doesn't look like powder, because it's not. But it just gives a soft wash tone. I like the sort of like watery effect to makeup. Chucking on a little bit of Weleda Skin Food. How much do we love Weleda? I use that in my Pro Kit as well. It's so good for like everyone's skin. And it just gives that lovely, juicy dose of hydration. No one's sad when you put the Weleda on your skin, on their skin. And also for a pro makeup artist, it's great to have something like that in your kit because it's so versatile. You can use it on knees, elbows, cuticles, all sorts of things. Make a cream blusher. So to have that kind of product is really handy. Right, how are we looking? Okay, so I'm going to use the Deluxe Liquid Eyeliner, which I don't often do, from Beauty Pie. I love this because it's such a long nib, and I've had this a while and it's super wet. Now I'm only going to be applying it just at the top, okay, at the top of my lid, because I want to get this lift. You have to be careful. Just what happened there is that obviously I've put liquid onto a cream product. So you want to make sure that it doesn't move or sort of migrate. So you might need to just touch up with a little cotton bud. But the length of this is so long, it's just so easy to get into the corner like so, because I just have to lay it there. And that's what I like about this. The shorter ones are a bit more fiddly. So again, if you've got dodgy eyesight, it's nice because you can use the power of touch to lay on the ink. And I'm not using this as a line, I'm using this as to add structure. And just before it dries, I'll take one of the Muji little cotton buds. These are so handy to have. Another thing that I saw in Muji the other day, which I didn't have time to sort of stop and get, I should have just snatched and grabbed, is they had these sort of face masks, like the sort of disposable ones that you put over your face. You can put your favourite face mask on and then you can put the mask over the top. and that helps push the product and penetrate into your skin, but it's reusable. I thought that was really, really great. Good. Now, Rimmel's new mascara, which I saw on the tube. It's called Wonder Bond Serum Mascara, and it contains biotin, I think. Again, making your lashes look really stronger. This is the shade 00 Black. It's original, isn't it? Anyway, this is getting a lot of press. What caught my eye was the brush, because this is my kind of brush. Thin, and hopefully the product isn't too thin that I can get a nice lift. I've also got this nice mascara coming I've ordered from Korea, which is a really great primer. Maybe more soon coming on that. Just remember that hasn't arrived yet. Oh, okay, so yeah, pretty impressed. The product is wet. You know, I just knew that. I knew that that might be a bit too much for anyone who's a bit mascara shy. But that's pretty impressive. But for me, who likes the product, that's not for a shy lash. And that's one coat. It's very impressive. But you know, it's not about having the right brush or the brush of the moment. It's about having the mascara bristles and shape that suits your eye. Because, you know, I've got big, round, sort of big almond eyes. And if you've got a small eye with a slightly flatter socket, you're probably going to want to use something a little bit smaller. Or if you've got really big opened eyes, then you might want to have, and thick, thick, thick lashes, this would be way too much. So you'd want a spiraled bristle wand. Yep, pretty impressive. Okay, I'm going to turn it round. I'm going to use the tip, and I'm going to delicately just tickle the lashes. And if you've got dodgy eyesight, just try and get these tinted sort of every month in a local salon and clinic, because it does help you see them. And again, it's just kind of that's lovely kind of lazy girl beauty, isn't it? Just to have that little bit of darkness on your eyes to kind of open it out. But I don't want it to be as heavy as the top, because I want the lift. So let's see what happens with the magic. Because it's definitely not particularly lengthening, but it's super full and voluminous. I'm just trying to get this brush just to make that tip a little lighter. It's pretty impressive. Right, I'm going to keep going with this and not use anything else for the next month, and let's see how my actual lashes react and whether they do get a little bit stronger and longer. We shall see. But for a mass market mascara, you get a lot of mascara for your money. Pretty happy with that. Well done, Rimmel. Okay, so I've got a few choices of blush. Okay, so who loves Bourjois? We lost Bourjois for a while in the UK, and it's come back now, and I have such a soft spot for the blushes. We always felt like we were quite fabulous, knowing that the blushes were apparently made in the same factory as Chanel, like back in the day. So we felt like, yeah, well, we've just got Chanel blusher. I don't know whether we did or not. But anyway, I loved them, and they were the first blushes that I had in my kit. And look how lovely this is. Such nice packaging. This is a really nice lipstick. I won't use that for now, because with the sort of swashy washy, with the kind of soft wash of eye and cheek, this against my jumper, I'm just going to go like that. I need to elevate using a pair of colours, so that's just not going to work. If I was younger, I'd probably be able to carry it off. Maybe if I had darker hair, darker eyebrows, but I'm just losing the structure, so I need to boost it. Or this Makeup Academy blush. I'm not sure, I think it's a Superdrug own one. This is really lovely. So I don't know what to use. Okay, let's just have another quick look, because sometimes that does help. Do you guys do this with your blusher? See, instantly I'm thinking this is probably a little bit too weak, so let's take that out. But I'm loving this because I love the softness of it. Okay, let's go in with this one first, and let's see how we go. I'm going to use, basically, this is like a tiny little brush, I think, first of all. One of Katie Jane Hughes's brushes. Right. I'm going to go for a little bit of a lift. Let's just see the colour payoff. Oh, that smells so beautiful. So feminine and girly. God, that's literally thrown me down a tunnel of nostalgia. God, I didn't know actually, when did we last have a blusher that smelled of anything? I guess people don't like fragrance anymore. It is fragranced. Oh, that was really nice. Now, subtle, lifting, lifting, lifting. Yeah. I can go a bit stronger, I think. Okay, I'm liking it, but let's go in with this one on the other side. I'll mix it all up. It's got pigment. It's got pigment. And it's, so you can see the difference, right? Obviously you can. This isn't iridescent, this is matte, this is very pigmented. This is soft and almost bridally. I should do some bridal videos actually, and mother of the bride and guest and all that kind of stuff. Maybe I'll get some frocks in and do it with print or something like that. Now, for a very reasonable blusher, this is ace. This is kind of like reminding me of like discovering like a MAC blusher, you know, back in the 90s when we were all trying to search for like strong pigments. But this needs to be buffed down. So if you're in this situation, you take, you don't keep scrubbing with your brush with the colour on. Take a clean, firm brush and just go around the edges quite firmly, okay? Not scrubbing, just keep the blush in the direction that you want and just firmly remove and soften that colour. So it's gone a little stripy for me because it's too hot, too punchy. But now that's better. You see? That's more wearable. I still prefer this one. Okay, so let's just try and soften that one off slightly. And I'll go in with what's left of this brush to try and, I don't need to go for a full-on one, but I actually quite like, looking forward to your comments. You'll be like, oh my gosh, what was she doing? But it's nice for me to do these things, and this not really edited, just the boring parts are taken out, that you can see the whoops and the woozies of makeup, because mostly all of us are just doing this on the hoof, or like Fiona in the car. Just quickly chuck a face on, quick. Who's got time to keep looking at themselves? Who wants to? Actually, that's negative. Don't say that, Caroline. No, don't say that. Right, she's balanced, isn't she? As I talk about myself, that person. Now, these lipsticks, I was sent many of these lipsticks and they are beautiful. I tried to pick out 3 different shades. These are the Soft as Silk lips by Revolution. They're called Lip Allure. And I have to say, they are beautiful. I haven't chosen which one to wear. There is a real trend at the moment. There are a lot of companies bringing out these beautiful matte velvet but super hydrating lipsticks, so we are happy ladies. I also got this one out of the cupboard, which is, I've used this is a Barry M lip palette, and I got it from Amazon. I just think it's really good if you're one of those people who just thinks, oh my God, I just don't really know what colour to go, and I always go for a berry or I always go for a pale pink and I never stretch myself. It's a really nice way, without breaking the budget, of experiencing and trying out different lip colours. And I really love the colour palette in here because it's got some lovely nudes, it's got a little bit of richness, but it's very warm and soft. So yeah, all good. So what are we thinking? I don't kind of do these sort of berry colours. This red's quite nice, and the top one's also quite lovely. That's the door. Now let's see if the teenager answers. 1. Oh, bloody teenagers. And breathe, breathe. He probably didn't hear the door. He did hear the door. I'm sure you all have sympathy. Anyway, where were we? Do we want to go so dark? No, probably not. Let's go for this berry colour. And I'll just find the whole name for you. Berry Boss. Again, it's always one of those things, and you have these lovely lipsticks with this great moulding on. I can show you at the end. There we are. I'm going to ruin it now. Oh yes. Just use your finger to stretch the colour. It's so creamy. And I was trialling a much more nudie pink one out to see whether it had longevity, because I don't like lipsticks that slip around my mouth because I get really self-conscious. And it didn't, and it stayed. And bearing in mind, I did a bit of a faux pas. I didn't take the lip balm off, so it's even more slippy. So I would have put it on a dry lip after it had been hydrated. Really good, really brings out the colour of my eyes. Now, put this on, and then my tip to you, just again to use your finger and just to really kind of like push and explode the shape of your top lip if you need to. It's quite nice and delicate to do that, but it just kind of gives a sort of softness to the lips. That's really pretty. Okay, and then lastly, so many people bite their lips on their tissue. Do it over the top, because that just means you get the best shape of your mouth, but it's just soft and not overlined. And if you've got too much on the top here, that's when it can travel. All right, so there we are. Lots of new and some favourite kind of beauty bargains, but beauty at a great price, I think. And it's just quite a nice, simple, elegant makeup. Easy to do, as long as you use the right blusher. Anyway, I hope you liked it, guys, and I look forward to reading your comments. And please support the channel by pressing subscribe. I never say things like this, but I need you to support me to just boost me up a little bit. You do with your comments, but anyway, YouTube likes that. I've got to do it. You've got to help me. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.